Hi everyone, welcome back to Grandpa Mark's Hobbies and an unboxing of Revell's 1957 Chevy Bel Air kit. My brother gave me this for Christmas and I cannot wait to dig in. This is a skill level 5 and it says flat out on here there's 186 parts to this bad boy. So let me pause here. I'm going to pull the box top off so you don't get blind and I'll bring you right back. All right, I got everything out of the box and just a lump of bags over here. We'll start from the top down and put them back in the box. But we'll start with the instructions. And like all the Revells, or most of them, when you open them up, your decals are in there. I pulled this off so when I cut the bag, I'm not ruining my background. Decals, check them out. We have instructions. Wow. Decals, check them out. We have gauges and call-outs. We even have turbocharged, the Chevy turbocharged emblems. These look really nice. I don't think I'm going to be using any of these, but they're crisp. I will be using that and the Bel Airs. I will be using the Revell, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use them on here. I think I'm going to use those at the Texaco station in the window. And I doubt I'll be using any of the, like the USA one. I might use this one of these for the front, and then we'll make our own like I always do for an Ohio plate for the back. But that's the instructions, or the decals. I was looking at the instructions when I said that. The instructions are, like I said, thick. Jeez. There's a lot to these. But again, typical, gives you the paint call out, all the parts, lists what they are and everything. And then your build. And then, like I said, you can build it two different ways, two different valve covers, all the way through. But they're easy to follow. It's a Revell. Just because it says skill level 5 on it, that's pretty much just because there is a boatload of parts in here. And I'm telling you, I got a stack of styrene to go through here. Start off with the glass. I never open my glass up in an unboxing because if I do, I'll scratch the snot out of it while I'm building. But you got your front window, your back window, two side windows, vents, lights. Everything looks good and everything's there. I think these are the tail lights, so they'll probably have to be painted the clear red, but that's all right. The other thing I like is the decals had the gauges in there. So, because we're going to light this baby up. Like I said, this was a gift from my brother, and I will probably start this next. Probably. I'm not 100% sure yet, but then when the February group build comes, I'll be putting this away and digging into that T-Bird, that massive T-Bird I got. So here we go with the seats. I'll wiggle them a little bit. Maybe you can see they got good, real light, but good molds on them. I like how they did the split bench. Nice. No flash at all. This looks good. We'll keep on rolling here. Our dashboard looks good. Again, I'll probably be drilling these out and then putting the decals, leaving them on the paper and putting them behind this or in this where the gauges would go and lighting it from behind. Same with the radio. Just got a ashtray. I'm not going to pull it out, but we will detail up the heater assembly. And I'm not even sure what color I'm going to go with. I was thinking about, well, I'll keep going, but we might end up with gray in there. The rear end is a separate part. The front of the rear end, I'm sorry. We got our spindles. We have what looks like spacers so that we can actually lower the car that much, which is quite a bit. Our A-frames. We have our front. That's a nice way to mold that so it doesn't get damaged. We have our front suspension, our rear suspension, split right there. Nice detail on it. The brake rotors are molded right in here for disc brakes. If they fit the originals, I'll use this. Seems like this is part of the add-on kit with the shackles and everything. That's the first bag. Now we got a heavy bag that we'll dig into. Get the bags out the way. Dig everything out. Give the bag a shake. Make sure there's nothing in it. And then we'll move everything over here. I love that hood. I always did. Nice detail. It's got something we can cut out, I guess, in there. Our back. Our firewall. Our heater. Horns. Looks like our brake. Separate battery. Hose. Nice. Very nice. Very well molded. The only flash I see on any of this is right here. So that's a plus. That helps a lot. Next sprue. Oh, wow. Our exhaust. All the way up. It drops. So it'll go straight up. And it does have locator marks. Or locator pins on it. Comes back. We have a couple of clamps. And then goes out to the side. And it even has a little divot there, which will help me drill that out a little bit. So yeah, we'll drill this out. Our radiator hose with our bell for our thermostat and the clamps on both sides. An intake. Looks like our Steelies. They look good. Fronts and backs. Exhaust manifold. That looks real good. And you can see that little tiny locator pin on there. I'm looking, there is a mold line on here we're going to have to deal with, especially going around the side, but not bad at all. And not bad on the exhaust either. I can feel just a little bit of a line. I might just go straight off and paint this semi-gloss black first, just so I can see that and file that all off. My pet peeve for my builds is those mold lines. They drive me nuts. It's supposed to be round. It shouldn't have wings sticking out of it. But again, that's just me. Everybody builds different. And if you like what you're doing, keep doing it. This is cool. This is going to come into play down the road. Okay, now we have another rear end and another front suspension. So that must be kit number, or option number 2, where this might be option number 1. This has the steel or the chrome tips on the end of it. Clamps, laydowns, mounts, and everything. We'll have to get into the instructions to see which one of these exhaust systems go for which setup. Another set of A-frames. Our springs. Another. Now that looks like a firewall too. So I wonder if they have 2 firewalls in here. That's got some good detail on it. Sorry, I kind of just lost my train of thought there looking at it. Not bad at all. Not bad. This looks really clean, and it looks like it'll be easy to detail paint. This one doesn't have the brake rotors, so this will probably be for the Steelies. I bet you there's two different setups in there. We'll find out as we build. Our engine. Stock in air cleaner, water pump, valve covers, another battery. I can't tell what those are. Oh, we got a coil and a vent. Our intake manifold looks really nice. Our heads look really good. Won't be hard at all to drill those out. Nice detail. Good detail on that oil pan too. For the size, it looks great. Our engine halves, look good. The transmissions look really good. Nice. We got our radiator support, a nice looking fan, another set of exhausts, shocks. These things look like they're way out there. Springs, another radiator hose that looks like our lower. We got our water pump assembly and motor mounts, and our drive shaft. So cool. Water pump timing cover. Our pump's right here. Jeepers. All right. We got white wall set up here. That one is bent pretty good, but with some hot water, we can flatten that back out. No, it's just flat. It's just twisted on there. We got our door cards that look good. They look really good. Looks like it'll be easy to get some chrome in there, get our paint going, getting those set up. The steering wheel looks great. Not a huge mold line on that. Turn signal and shifter. That's really, those look really good. I'm trying to get some shadow. There we go. Some shadow lines on there. They're molded to where you can get your brush on there, but not to where they just jump out at you like some are. Those will be easy to paint up. I think there's supposed to be some chrome in here too that comes down and around and across here. But man, I'm going to have to do some looking on that. Here we go with our backs. Another rear end cover. A teeny tiny distributor with a vacuum advance on it. Looks like our steering. A pedal. Our hinges. Not a clue. Oil filter maybe. Another set of horns maybe. I'm not sure. Our generator, starter, and another set of brake, master cylinder. Nice fan, nice thin, good shape on it. Nice teeth on that fan too. But the pulleys look good and the belt looks great. We have a nice bracket on there so it's not just floating out in the middle of the sun. But that looks good. Very good. Our chassis, remember that gas tank and rear tire fit in here. But nice chassis, really nice detail. I'll have to scrape off right in here. There's some numbers written in there. And then we'll talk about that in a second here. But our frame looks good, nicely detailed out. Zero flash, 3 cuts and you're out. Don't cut the tips, just cut the sides. And this says remove 2 right in here. So that's got to go. So we'll do a flat black over this with my craft paint and come back, and everything that's frame I'll do with quick shine to give it that semi-gloss look. And then we're going to come in here and I'll leave a lip, but we're going to cut that all the way out because I think this will drop right in there. Almost enough to where I can put it in this way into the trunk and it'll fit. I'll leave a lip on one end and the other, and then make a magnet to where there'll be a magnet in here. I'll have a magnet on the gas tank, where once I get this into the trunk, put that on there, the magnets will hold that in place to where it won't just drop out and have a bunch of wires hanging out. Either that, or I'm going to do the Bruce's way of powering up the car, where you run the wires down through a tire and make little contacts. So when you put it on your base, the base has contacts on it that power up through the tires and in, and everything gets powered up from an external source, which is very cool because you can set that up then to do 5.5 volts from a USB charger, which everybody's got. You can set it up to where you can put a 9-volt battery in there and take it to a show. Just all kinds of different ways to do that, to power it up. And then you can put your Arduino in the trunk and run your lights, turn signals and stuff like that, and even maybe push buttons. So on the base to where I can turn on, whatever. Probably not. I would probably put an IR remote on the base and run those wires up through the tires too. And that way everything is self-contained in here except for the remote sensor and the power pack. That's my plan. And like I said, I'm going to go all out on this build. So I'm already planning on taking a break while I do a couple other builds on this. So this will be a reoccurring thing. Like I said, the Texaco station was going to be, but we're getting on the Texaco station here as soon as I'm done with the CUDA. So let's go. We got a couple more bags here. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of chrome. We have a chrome intake. Geez, high riser it looks like. Carbs. Another cover. We have our small caps, our hubcaps. These will be what I'll use for sure. If it had the moons, I would for sure use the moons, but this doesn't have the moons. It has the regular triangle hubcaps. Another nice carb. That's a nice looking carb. That might be a Rochester, I'm not sure, a Carter. But it looks good. That'll get in a stripper. Some chrome trim. This stuff is so dang delicate, man. You got to really watch when you're cutting that off so you don't snap it right here. What I like to do is cut here and here first and get that piece separated and then work my way around there. It's easier to hold. So we're coming up. We have a chrome vent. Another really nice carburetor. Wow, that looks good. Very nice. Markers. Looks like light back or mirrors. A little more trim, and then those hubcaps again. Very nice. I'm looking at these pretty close because those are what I'm going to use, and they're going to look fantastic on here. 2 more bags of chrome. They weren't shy about doing chrome back in the day, for sure. I almost got excited thinking those were moons, but they're not. They're light bezels. So, the front part of the hood, very delicate looking windshield wipers and door handles. Jeepers. Man, this looks good. And they got it to where you're not going to paint it. You're going to have to use the decal in there for that, but that's okay. You can work real good in here, panel liner or the craft paint, and get that darkened out, and then drop that decal on there, and man, that'll look great. Heck yeah, that'll look very good. We got our Chevy emblems. We have, these are our tail lights. Yeah, those little pieces are going to go in here that I showed you in the glass. So we're going to have to paint those the clear red, and then there's already a hole here for that piece to fit in. But what I'll probably do is drill that out bigger, tuck the LED in behind it so it lights it up, but not all the way through. So it's not like really bright. And then we got our back bumper. I don't have my visor on. That looks like a chromed fuel pump and a couple of pins. Oh, no. Gee whiz. How about if I flip it over? Those are the front decorative markers for the hood. And they look great. It helps to look at both sides of the parts. I'm still thinking that might be a fuel pump, but I'm not sure. It looks the part. One more piece of chrome, and then we'll grab that body out. Chrome air cleaner. Separate, 2-piece. I might use it. I'm not saying I'm not going to use the rims. I like the old style rims on here, but I think if I can, I want to use the old style rims and tires and lower it so it's just dropped a few inches with those rims and tires instead of the real flashy ones. I want to keep it a little bit subdued, but I still want to make it look good. And I'll probably use an alternator on there since it's going to be a non-stock anyhow. And the aluminum valve covers look great. Or the steel, we'll strip them. We're going to make them aluminum. What I'll probably use is the green stuff over black and hit it really hard to give it that aluminum look instead of the black chrome. Same with that alternator, and then I'll just do a black bracket on there. I don't want a chrome alternator. This is awful bright. I'll hit that with a little bit of the Tamiya smoke, and then I'm going to use a red in here and do a K&N for the air cleaner. I saw that done on Grandpa Mark's Hobbies group page, and it was like, man, that just jumped out so cool. You know, I always do the off-white, but with that, it just looked great, and I think that'll look good on this build. Again, a little updated, but not a whole lot. And now here comes the body chassis, and tires are in the bag with the body. So if you're going to buy this thing and just store it, open it up, get those tires away from the plastic, put these in a Ziploc bag by themselves, and that way over the years they won't mess up your plastic. I usually don't keep them around long enough for that. But you got two different sizes. You got your low profile wides, which are the same diameter as, oh no, they're a little bit shorter. So when I lower it, it's going to lower it quite a bit. But we're going to do that. And then these are set up for white walls. Those white wall pieces, the groove's already in there. So we'll get that in. We'll clean these up. I see 0 center mold line on these. So they're using the new style where that mold line is right here on the edge instead of down the center and make a big strip. Same with these. There's no big strip on them that looks ugly. And you can go both ways with that if you wanted to. No big deal. But I could talk about the tires all day long. The chassis looks good. No extrusion marks at all. And nice. Real nice looking carpet. It does give you the rubber floor mat. And I'll nub. I'm not sure if this is your gas pedal or not. But it looks really good. The wife's making orange chicken, and I'm almost drooling here. It smells so good. They got a nice drop-down piece that fits into that chassis. So now this will locate very well. This, don't forget to paint, because it's going to show up. I always do forget. So don't do what I do. And now, for 900,000 pounds of steel, this looks great. Molded perfectly. Really good. There's your mold lines right here running up. So we'll have to deal with those on the back of the trunk. Since that gas tank is there, I know I can get an Arduino in here. I will be going through the tires to power. Bruce, you're going to have fun with that, watching me struggle. It's got the bump for the dome light. We'll put a dome light in here too and just run it across. There's the first extrusion mark that's going to show. And I just took half of it off with my finger. So I'll flatten it out. I'm not going to try to sand that down because this looks pretty good. And with what I'm going to do with the interior, I don't think it's going to show anyhow. But very nice chrome lines on here. I will be using bare metal foil on this. Gosh, I hope I have enough. I'll probably have to order bare metal foil. It looks like I'm going to have to deepen the lines a little bit on the door. They're pretty shallow. And with what I'm going to do with this body, I think I want to make those deeper, trunk and all. So you can watch me struggle cutting a trunk. Since we're doing the bare metal foil here, we'll do the bare metal foil around all the windows and all that. So I'm going to need about 19 sheets. But it looks really good. Mold lines are in good spots where I can work with them. Not too bad at all. We can round those out. I think I got to look and see what the trim is up on the top here. I can't remember. Locator pins for the windshield wipers, so that's nice. Locator mark for the door handles. I'll take that. I'll probably pin these door handles so that I can get them to lay in there and not worry about them getting broken off. But this looks very good. And my plans for this now are, and I was talking to Lennis this morning at 5 o'clock this morning about this. I was so excited about it. I'm thinking about doing this in a semi-gloss black. Everything. The whole body. No split, no different color top and bottom. Just everything semi-gloss black, and then all the chrome that's supposed to be on it. And then for the interior, I think I'm going to go gray seats and dash and all that, and cards, and a flat black carpet. The carpet may end up gray, but it'll be a different gray than all the fabric and the dashboard. And the dash may end up with the semi-gloss black too. We'll see. But I like that look. I've wanted to do that for quite a while. The only problem with that is I got to kind of baby it because there's no clear coat over the top. So it'll be easy to scratch. But it is what it is. I just have to, I'll work on a towel whenever I'm touching the body or doing anything with it. But this is a fantastic kit. TJ, thank you very much. Lori, I appreciate it. I really appreciate you guys thinking about it. I don't know how you knew that I wanted to build this kit, but I really did. Like I said, I've had it in my to get box like 4 times now and took it out for other things. So with that, I want to thank all our veterans, first responders, and everybody that's deployed right now and active duty members. Without you guys, we can't do what we're doing here. And I also want to give a shout out to Automotive Model Car Livecast. They're on every Thursday, and they're a blast to watch. So check them out, 8 o'clock on Thursday on YouTube, Automotive Model Car Livecast. And with that, I'll let you go. Y'all have a great day and a better tomorrow. And thank you very much for watching.